Hold on a second. Wait a second. We're getting to our penultimate wine. This one, I almost made the last one because, man, is it tough to pick a favorite these days. So I'm excited for you guys to try those ones. But for a second here, let's pause and take a look at Napa as a whole. Here is all of those places that come around. So it's north of San Francisco, nestled between Sonoma and the Mayacamas Mountains, which we discussed as being very important. So despite its small size, it is a divisive growing region, many microclimates and various soil types, home to hundreds of wineries. We were driving down the road in the buses. It's like, that's a big name, that's a big name, that's a big name. Like, they were all just right next to each other. I mean, gosh, Stag's Leap, like the Atlas Peak, Mount Veeder, Oakville, like all the big ones are right next to each other. Pretty fantastic, quite honestly. So Napa Cabs. So Napa is arguably the best known winemaking region in California. It only produces 4% of all the wine that comes out of California. So of all the wines that are coming out of California that everyone is drinking, remember number 4 in the world if it was a country, 4% come from Napa. So Cab accounts for 40% of Napa's total wine production and 55% of its crop value. So of all the crops they make, 55% of it is Cab. I appreciate the use of the word opulent. It's a hearty, rich, delicious thing. Velvety, smooth, and firm, these wines drink remarkably well, even at an early age, but taste even better if you give them a little bit of time. So this, and I'm going to ask you to have it in front of you, but don't drink it yet. Sniff it, swirl it, stare at it. Don't drink it yet. If you can hold off for like 2 minutes, it'll be worth it. So this coming around is the M by Monticello Cabernet Sauvignon. Made by cool guy Chris Corley. So it is 82% Cab, 12% Merlot, 6% Cab Franc. Yes. Now I only know those percentages because I had them in front of me there when I was with them.
Because they won't tell you.
Nope. Most you gotta know. You gotta be in the know. Because generally it just, like we were talking about, it is, well, this percentage is this much, so we call it this. And a lot of the wines that we were finding and trying and stuff in Napa had a little bit of Petit Verdot, a little bit of Cab Franc, you know, it became this thing that they would add to kind of touch up some of the flavor and minerality and the fruit. So, keep holding on, guys. You're doing so good. I'm so proud of you.
They're waiting for us.
They're waiting. Yes. So, this one in particular, it's made by this gentleman here, Chris Corley. So, in 1969, Chris's father, Jay Corley, came to Napa to produce Prohibition-era prune orchard and established Monticello. So Jay named his vineyard after Thomas Jefferson's Virginia home and built his estate in the Palladian architectural style of the Italian Renaissance. Gorgeous place. Gorgeous. Chris himself is the youngest of 6 brothers and has 1 younger sister. And generally, the business is run by 3 of his older brothers, but a lot of them are on vacation, and so they kind of just left him to do things, which he's doing a great job with. Now, one of the things that really kind of came up during this trip was the artists and the businessmen. So in the production of wine, there were a lot of people that were the business-heavy ones. They're making wine because somebody asked for it. They're making wine because they happen to have it. Nothing wrong with it. The industry needs the business people. pushing things forward and keeping things moving. And then there's the artists. These guys, Chris Corley. Now for those of you who haven't swallowed all of it yet, keep waiting. Leave a little bit. Because Chris Corley is a full-fledged artist when it comes to life and his wine production. So when we got there, we went through the gorgeous manor, passed through the incredible architecture, and he took us into this back room with the family piano that he had in his family since he was a child. It was the piano that he practiced on, that he hated. His mom convinced that you have to train a piano. I don't want to train a piano. And so he did. He got really good at it. So he took us to this back room, surrounded here with these aging stills, and laid out 4 wines. So we had our Cabernet, our Cab Franc, our Merlot, and the Inn, which is a blend of all 3 of those things. He asked us to put on the blindfold, which was provided, and to allow him to play the piano of how he felt each of these wines sounded. So, what does a Cab sound like? A Cab Franc, a Merlot. And then what does all of those pieces together sound like? I can be quick sometimes, and I happen to record what these sound like. So for those of you that still have the wine in front of you, thank you. Here is what each piece sounds like and what what's in front of you sounds like. That's our Cabernet. Cab Franc. Here's Merlot. Put it all together.
the way that I express the M By Monticello. That's how that wine sounds to me, that's what it makes me feel like, that's what it tastes like to me. I hope you enjoy that. It's a lot of fun.
I'm curious, the group, were they a special group? How were they
chosen? So that question actually came up at dinner at Monticello, and it was the organizers have what they call the master Excel sheet, which they said was so large it often crashed Excel, and it had pretty much everyone that was eligible in it, which is hundreds and hundreds of names, and then it's how long, if they've been with the company long enough, have they passed enough exams to do it, does the DM vouch for them, okay, and it just gets smaller and smaller until it gets to, all right, this year, these 40. So, yeah. I got to go, so yeah, I was good enough. Yes, so it worked out. Yeah. So I get to do that and bring all of that back for you guys and for the team. I have a end cap just next to my tasting table with a lot of these pictures and a lot of their wines and stuff. So after class, go check that out. See if you find something you really liked and some that we didn't try. But know that I tried them. I've got a picture of the winemaker, and dang, that's good stuff. You might as well try it. So this is just a picture after we had done everything, after we'd had dinner. He went around to the tables and was like, guys, the sun's going to start setting. We need to go watch it set over the vineyard. Like, come check it out. It's beautiful. And so we did. And it was indeed gorgeous. Chris Corley.
Much better than that.
Can't get much better than that. He became the guy who I kept judging a lot of the other makers against. It was like, this both. Because his wines were incredible. He as a person was amazing. He was very unassuming, very giving, very cool guy. He was an artist at heart and through. And the wines show that. They make great stuff. And they don't make a lot of it. It's a very small team, small area. But everything that they make, fantastic. So if you see Corley or Monticello, grab it. Pricier, but absolutely worth it.